Hey y'all, so today I want to talk about, Matthew McConaughey decided to stand in front of the White House banner and tell us all about how we're supposed to live our lives as Americans and what we're supposed to do to fix our country. And well, frankly, I'm kind of sick of these politicians dragging some actor out in front of us and think that, we give a damn what he has to say about our country when, they're living basically in their, completely isolated lives from the general public. I mean, it's always funny when these big deals that live in $1 million houses, sometimes multi-million-dollar houses, and have security and have armed guards and fences, and basically don't have to want for anything, or don't have to actually exist in a real world with the rest of us. They come out and they tell us how we're supposed to live our lives. Well, again, you're wrong. The thing that really irritated me was he talked for like 20 minutes, and in those 20 minutes, he said one thing that I agreed with, and that was the fact that we need better mental health in this country. Every single one of these shootings, he went through the whole big long list of all the shootings that have happened recently, and oh, we need to fix them. You're right. It needs to stop happening. It's a terrible thing when something like this happens. You know what? It's never good when you open up your phone to the news, or you turn on the TV or whatever, and you find out that something like this has happened. It's terrible. I feel for the families, because their lives are now completely and totally destroyed, basically forever affected by this. The community, that this is a terrible thing, but this is preventable. Not with more gun control, not with more laws that don't work, but by enforcing the ones we have, and by actually doing something about the mental health system in this country, because it's appalling. I'm in California now. I've driven around Los Angeles quite a lot, and I'm here to tell you the streets are filled with people that the mental health system has failed epically. They're living in tents, they're drug addicts, again, they've been chucked out by the system. And I'm not making a case for them, because look, most of them that are addicted to meth and stuff, that's their decision, they're drug addicts, that's on them. But I bet most of them, if you went and gave them psych evals, you'd find that they're not exactly all there, and that they probably could benefit from some actual mental health. Anyway, these issues keep happening because we don't do anything. With Parkland, it's happened, it's come out again and again that the authorities, the powers to be, knew there was an issue with a person, did nothing about it, and then something like this happens. And it's going to keep happening. It doesn't matter. They keep wanting to ban firearms. They don't want to put armed security in schools. They don't want to do anything proactive to stop it. They just want to go on about it and try and ban the tool after it happens. I don't understand. I mean, obviously they want more control, but I don't understand why people don't scream, don't yell, don't climb onto the highest mountain and scream as loud as they can that we should have better mental health in this country, because this is what's causing the problems. These people that are doing this, they're not sane. They're not normal people. We always think, who could do such a thing? Why could they, how could they do this? They can do this because they're not right in the head. And in some cases it's not their fault. You know what? I mean, mental illness is not, it's not a joke. It's not something to, oh, ha, ha. It's not, it's not something made fun of. It's an issue in this country. It's an issue in this world. You know what? And it's something that, there is no reward at the end of the day. There is no, there's no money in it. It's basically a money pit. And that's why we don't want to address it, because at the end of the day, it's basically just spending money to reinforce the mental health program in this country and keep this stuff from happening. He talked about red flag laws don't work. Again, it's been shown that that doesn't work, that all it does is create more problems, get cops killed, get people killed in their own homes, because, a no-knock warrant at 4 o'clock in the morning that wakes somebody up, and, you have someone smash through your front door, you don't know what's going on, bad things happen. Talked about waiting periods. Again, waiting periods. Again, I'm in California. I bought a shotgun and I waited 10 days, and yeah, like it's just an annoyance, honestly. Waiting periods don't work. The magazine restrictions, again, don't work. It's been proven. You know what? You can reload a magazine. It doesn't work. These are you're basically adjusting tools and manipulating tools and trying to make them safer. And in reality, the tool, the inanimate object, is not the problem. It's the person behind the tool that is the problem. And that's what annoys me is for 20 minutes he showed, and it was sad because he showed pictures of, I think at least one or two of the kids, told stories and stuff. And it really was sad. It's a sad thing that has happened. It's not something that should be forgotten, but we can learn from it and we can make this country better and make our country safer. But we need to actually proactively do something rather than just trying to push a narrative and trying to push the agendas that certain people want to push in this country, as far as oh, we need to ban more guns, we need to make the AR-15 a demonized gun. That's not going to work. You ban the AR-15, they'll move on to the next gun, they'll move on to the next thing, they'll build bombs, they'll go in with a baseball bat, they'll do whatever, because here's the thing. He had an hour inside that classroom. Again, I know the timelines, whatever, but like for the most part, he basically sounds like he had like an hour or almost an hour in that school, in that classroom, where police were not there. He could have done whatever he wanted to those kids, and he did. Unfortunately, the thing he did was kill them, but, no amount of gun control, no amount of inanimate object control is going to stop an evil-minded person, and again, mental health, I'm sure someone will come and say he was just, misunderstood. I understand, mental health, that he, needed help, and it probably, with the correct mental health, probably would have never done something like that. But, he could have done whatever he wanted in that classroom, and he did, unfortunately, because the police did not do their job, because the police stood outside. And that should be the bigger conversation right now should be that. It was funny because a couple years ago, a year ago, we always had, liberal, everyone wanted to defund the police because of, issues that were rising and different things. Everyone wanted to defund the police. Now you're seeing people like me that are saying defund the police, not because I don't think we need the police. I do think the police provide, or at least have the potential to provide a good service. But I'm saying if the police departments aren't going to protect and serve, aren't going to help ensure that, our communities are safer, our schools are safer, and stuff like this doesn't happen, and when it does happen, they respond and, provide assistance as quickly as possible, I'm saying that they don't need all that body armor, they don't need all the MRAPs, they don't need the fancy equipment, because, if all they're going to do is write tickets, then they really don't need, all the fancy equipment. But again, that's a story, that's a conversation for another day. So I'm just coming on to say, because, I don't understand why they keep dragging these actors out in front of the camera and think, this is going to change anything, because he's going to put together a 20-minute speech with, all this emotion and everything, and move the country to do something, when he, again, all he's doing is probably reading a pre-prepared speech, to push more gun control. So that's my thoughts. Put down below, what do you think? Am I crazy? Am I right? Am I wrong? Put down below what you think, and have a good day.